Hi, it's me, Anya, and welcome back to Cozy Room Podcast. Hey guys, it's Artie. Welcome back to Cozy Room.
Womb, girl.
Woo, girl.
Hey, parents, teachers, parents-to-be. This is Cozy Room Podcast. My name is Shan. I am the mama of the girls. And this is a podcast where I talk about parenting and I talk about ways to be a better parent. If you think this is a podcast for you, go ahead and continue to listen. And if you think someone else can listen to this podcast and benefit, go ahead and share it. Thank you for checking out Cozy Room Podcast. These new teens today make you want to tell them, meet me outside then. Meet me outside then. Or, since you know so much, feed yourself. Disciplining teens seems impossible today to most people. I don't have time to be double checking every little thing a teenager does because of my schedule, but I'm going to have to make space. In this episode, I will discuss what works with punishing teens and what doesn't. Take what works for you or try something different. Welcome to Cozy Room Podcast.
Hey sis, if you don't like getting attention at the gym or while running errands, you might want to skip this ad. But if you're like me and love to be asked, where did you get those leggings? Or that hoodie is cute, where did you get it from? Well, then let me tell you about 1977 Hustle Lane. 1977 Hustle Lane is where fly gear and dope culture live. From your leggings to your tanks and of course to your hoodies, they will always have you feeling and looking your absolute best. So stop what you're doing and go check them out at www.1977hustlelane.com, on Facebook at 1977 Hustle Lane, or on Instagram at 1977 Hustle Lane. I promise you won't regret it.
Nobody growing up into adulthood wants to be talked down to, okay? So you're going to have to find a different approach, even if you're the parent, okay? Kids learn best through experiences or a parent sharing their own real experiences. Don't just think you are only supposed to share the things that went great or your accomplishments to motivate your kids. Sometimes what's going to motivate your child enough and the most is your downfall, your failures. Do you know how your kids think? Do you understand your kids' distractions? What do you do that your kids see often? And is it contradicting what you're telling them to do? How can they build trust back if they lost some of your trust or all of your trust? I think the idea of chasing your child to make them do right is only going to chase them away. You're not supposed to chase your kids. You're supposed to give them space to figure out what's not working. Give them space to come up with their own solutions. Do not be petty. Do not try to match energy with a teenager when you're well into your 30s. You're well into your 40s, okay? Now, when I say allow natural consequences to happen, I'm talking about if they don't study and they get a bad grade, okay, allow that to happen. They have time to get their grades up. They have time to get a tutor. They have time to buckle down. But don't allow them to fail a whole grade at the last, trimester. Is it trimester? No, semester. Thinking pregnancy. Don't let them fail a whole semester after 2 bad semesters, okay? You need to get on them before that. If they didn't clean up their room, don't keep saying clean up your room, clean up your room. When they come to you and ask you, hey, can I go to such and such birthday? Just say no. If they ask you why you say no, bring up that room, okay? You just stay quiet. You just walk past. I know it's hard to walk past that room. I know you smell something in there cooking that shouldn't be cooking in their room. But They gonna want you to say yes to something before you want them to say yes to something. Trust me, okay? You didn't clean your room, no phone, no mall, no going over a friend's house, no happiness for you, okay? Let's say if they didn't come home on time, and then the next day they're just like, hey, after school, they're having this thing. I was seeing if I could stay later and go. No, because you like to come and go as you please and come at the wrong time when you know the right time. So you be home after school. Like, when they know that you paying attention to the small details, even though you're not yapping every time, they're going to come correct. You always have to learn to ignore some things. Ignore the slurring under their breath. Okay? Ignore them telling you they want more privacy. Because privacy is earned by you showing me that you're more responsible, and in my absence, you still respect me as your parent, and I don't have to be on top of you. It's not something that's just openly given. So what do you restrict? If you're punishing your kids, what are you supposed to restrict? You restrict sleepovers. You restrict them staying out late. You restrict friends coming over without asking. You restrict late nights staying up. Okay? Once they see that you're paying attention and you're not playing, then they'll start coming correct. If they want more freedom, they're going to have to show you that they're more responsible. But you have to be a stable parent. You can't be one way with one kid and then another way with the other. You have to be an example for all. There's a few things I don't believe in as a parent. Is embarrassing your child on the internet for punishment. No, never. Not cool at all. Period. I don't care if it's your child. I don't care if it's your adopted child. I don't care what they did. The internet is forever. Screen recording is a real thing, okay? And what embarrassment can do after years has the same impact like it just happened. So do not embarrass your child for punishment. Do not tell all of their details that are embarrassing or, their mess ups on the internet for everybody else to have an opinion on. Keep some things private. If you need help, ask your family first. Ask their other parent first. Ask a grandparent first. Call on a man that you respect, like a coach or an uncle or a mentor. Do not just come on Twitter venting. Do not post video after video of you fighting with them or they're breaking things in the house. Like that type of, oh, I'm taking you to the barber to make you bald like an old man since you don't know how to act. No, even if it's just hair. Cutting off your daughter's hair on the internet because she thinks she's cute. No. The backlash for that can be for the rest of your life. And what's so vivid for me as a mom with my children being 9 and 6 is I'm going to need them later. In some capacity, I'm going to need them later. I'm going to need them to be smart, responsible, motivated, self-aware. And I can't spend my time trying to raise them while punishing them and making them feel like they lack value. So think about that. Let's get back into this episode, though. I'm also a parent where I don't believe in chores. I believe that you live here too, so you can clean it too. Any room. It can be the guest room. It can be the podcast room. It can be my floor. Since you have the vacuum, go vacuum my room. Since you have the broom and the dustpan, go sweep my room. My bathroom, their bathroom, the kitchen pantry, the patio in the back. Go pick up all the toys out the yard, pick it up. The car needs to be washed. You're not doing anything. Go wash the car. I'm cooking. Your brother needs help with his homework. Help him with his homework. Vacuum downstairs, please. Pull in the dumpster from the driveway, please. Rinse it out, please. All of those things. Please go clean your shoes. Please go do the laundry. Because when it comes to me, as a mom, as a woman, if I can't get up one day, not show my children how to properly clean and take care of a home and say, oh, you 18 now, you got to do that yourself. Well, how many years of practice did they have? You can't expect your children to do what you don't teach them. And so that's going to come with them taking care of the home that they live in, not being paid to take care and clean up and prepare a space for a space that they didn't buy, rent, put money in on, work to afford. You know what I'm saying? If I got to buy you clothes to take care of you, if I got to make sure the water's running, you have lights to see, you have a refrigerator that has electricity running through the cord in order to work so you can have food, then the bare minimum that you can do is make sure this house is clean. Instead of 2 hands right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands in here. Shouldn't nothing be a mess for weeks, for days, for hours. That's not the type of children I'm raising. They're not going to wait for me to get home to start cleaning. They're going to keep it clean while they in it. That's the type of household I'm bringing. So you got to think about how are you guiding your children? Guide your children so they make the best decisions for themselves, so they know what works for them. And we have to learn to stay calm as the parent. Keep your kids guessing on, oh, is she mad? Oh, is he upset with me? Is he going to do this to me? Is he going to take away this? Like, keep your calm. You are the adult. You are the leader of this. Now, where you need to check yourself is, what does your child choose to tell you? That will really measure if your child trusts you, if your child thinks you're able to handle emergencies, stressful things, life-changing things. And if you know, like, you're not the person to tell emergency things to, allow them to have a person that's close to you that you respect to be able to tell those things. Like, if I'm upset or the girls may not want to tell me something, I know they will probably call my best friend Chrissy and tell her on FaceTime or text her something on FaceTime. I know they'll call or FaceTime Kiki or Casey and tell them, people I can trust, people that know, well, your mom needs to know about X, Y, and Z, is not going to keep it from me. And if your children don't have those people that are connected to you and they respect you and all they have is their friends, you might not be in the best of situations with your children. And you really have to ask yourself as a parent, would you as a child want to talk to you if you were a kid? If you were a teenager? If you were going through problems after school with a bully? If you were going through girl problems or boy problems? Why wouldn't a kid want to talk to you? Think about that. Be a good example for your children. Learn to show your children gratitude. When they do good things without you having to say anything to them, thank them. Make a point to thank them. When they prevent mistakes from happening, something that you would usually have to say, but you didn't have to this time, thank them and let them know that you notice. When they show up in leadership without being told to be a leader or go ahead and lead this situation, show them gratitude. And another thing we all need to be doing, I don't care if your child has straight A's or not, is limit their screen time. Okay? When kids are on punishment, they shouldn't have all access to the TV, all access to their laptop, all access to their iPad, all access to their phone, all access to games. No. You could find all access to a book. You could find all access to your bed that I paid bedding for you to have so you could lay on it and be comfortable. You could find all access to ironing your clothes for the week. You could find all access to coming to help me with dinner. And if you have to limit school outings, then you're going to have to limit school outings until their behavior gets right. But by all means, you're supposed to be building up their confidence. Don't talk down to them. Talk them up. And remember, a parent that is too overprotective, kids will not talk to you about anything. Okay? Stop talking at your kids. Don't be overbearing because it's going to drown your kids out. But we also have to learn to listen to kids sometimes. We have to allow them to put out their point. You know, one thing Anya does a lot sometimes is, I want to say something, but I don't want you to talk over me. Just let me say it, and then you could talk after. And I'll be like, okay. And she'll say whatever she wants to say. And then after she says that she's done and I could talk, then I'll give her my response. That's better than yelling. Keep communication open. Allow them to earn back their privileges. Don't just steal it and take it away and never give it to them again. Because then that's going to make them feel like, well, since I'm already in trouble for this, I might as well do this because she just going to do this or he just going to do this. And when he find out, I might as well just go all the way this time because who's going to know when I'll ever get this back or I'll ever be able to drive it. Like, you don't want your kids stressing about things when other things are important, like their life, like their future. Teach them about making better choices. Teach them about knowing when to be around friends and when certain things are happening at a party or an event, or certain things are said when they need to leave. All right, you gonna see, that's my cue to leave. That's not my cue to stay around and see what happens. Teach your kids not to be Instagram hogs of media. Stop waiting around for something to pop off so you can get it on your phone. Leave. You can hear about it tomorrow. Somebody that's stupid somewhere is going to stay to video it. Teach them when they need to leave the party. When they need to not get in the car with a group of friends. After a party. After someone's been drinking. After someone's upset. Teach them to look for body language that tells me, oh, this person has taken something illegal. They're acting a certain way. Their eyes are all big and black. They're slurring their words. They told me that they didn't drink, but I'm an Uber. Make sure you and your child have code words when they text. Nobody as a teenager wants to be caught on their phone. Oh, they're texting their mom. They told their mom to come pick them up. But if you text, man, did you see that green car yesterday that Uncle Blue had? And I text back, no. Where was it? And they say another code word so you know where they at. And you just scoop them up. Like, there's ways to help your children and your teenagers through this transition of early adulting. It doesn't have to be, oh, your world is so weird and my world is so back in the day, we don't mesh. I don't know what they got going on. I don't even know what the abbreviations are when they text me. Get into the mix. Kids are supposed to keep you young, keep you vibrant. But if you create a wall with your children, they'll never want to talk to you. They'll never want to share anything with you. So be careful how you punish your kids. Make sure your kids know that you still love them, but you have to create limitations so they can be a better person in this world. Because the world is full of rules, people breaking rules, consequences for them breaking rules. Okay? Your children have to be guided in a way where you set them up to succeed, not to fail. And not doing nothing will set them up to fail. Don't let them leave your house at 20 or 23 or 30 completely lost in how to adult. That's on you. So thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast. This is a podcast where I'm trying to help you be a better parent while getting this information and helping myself become a better parent because it matters. Peace. Bye.
Bye.